And I have my good friend, Dr. Mansi Shah, today. We've been doing a series all around women entrepreneurs and how they became entrepreneurs in the first place, what they're all about. And then Mansi's going to share with you how she takes good care of herself and prevents burnout, stays mentally fit, all of her top tips and tricks to stay high performing as an entrepreneur. All right, so let's just jump right in. Welcome, Dr. Mansi. This is so exciting to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and letting me share my story because I really want to give strength to other women who are looking to become entrepreneurs because we only rise by lifting others.
So true. That's what it's about. Dr. Mansi, just real quick, introduction. We actually met
Three
uh
years ago.
yeah, the pandemic, 2020, here on LinkedIn, right? We love this platform for connecting and meeting amazing people. And it's just been a journey. I love watching Dr. Mansi, and she's a multi-passionate entrepreneur, has lots of specialties, but I know her well around being a gut health expert. So
Mhm.
just take us back before you're an entrepreneur. What was going on in your life as a full-time pharmacist, and how you made that transition out of that stressful, toxic environment?
Oh my God. You don't want to be killed by your job. Your life is precious, is what the realization I got. And I was getting so burned from the corporate healthcare system. It wasn't serving my purpose and it was literally sucking the soul out of my life and it felt very dark, you know. So what was happening was because of all the anxiety from the corporate work, I was drinking too much coffee and then I was drinking wine in the evening, not sleeping well, and I got really sick from it. And my gut gave up to the point where I couldn't even get out of the bed because your gut has all the energy that it produces, right? So your gut has to be functioning well and digesting well in order to really give you that strength to have your day-to-day vitality. Then I was like, okay, I understand functional medicine so well. I'm going to start using all of the protocols and testing on myself. And I also took support from other senior functional medicine providers because you don't want to be your patient all the time. You want to have a bigger perspective and other things. So that's how this whole gut health practice came into, I would say, full fledged live because I was doing more health coach capacity work on side when I was still in my corporate life. And I was helping people through other things. But this gave me a really big perspective on how to have a methodology because if I could be so sick and my methodology worked on that whole problem, people who are not that sick, it's easier for me to work on them now, right? Because I was bedridden. Like, think about that. Like, my senior functional provider that I had as my support, she was worried. She was like, "You should be going to the hospital." And I was like, I will not go to the hospital because I'm from healthcare and I know
Know
what
what happens
happens.
there.
They literally handcuff you and then start doing whatever they want to do with you. So that was my entry into gut health practice, functional medicine, and then also I got bigger credentials. I had the holistic nutritionist credentials before that, and then I finally went and got. So in 2020 end is when I kind of finalized everything and launched. So again, my drive to not go back to that toxic lifestyle was way bigger than any, either you work from fear or love. At this point I was working from fear of
Right.
not going back, and that worked. I know it might not be the best place to operate from in the beginning, but just like knowing what can happen to me if I wanted to live and survive, I had to pivot and do something better. that gave me more strength in my day to day to have more self care. It all came down to having time for self care.
Mm,
And
mhm.
you know that you are a corporate dropout too. So,
Yes.
also, I was getting fired, right? I was back to back getting fired. So it's telling me something that it's toxic for me and I'm not an employee material, right? So you have
Mhm.
to know yourself, know thyself. Like that is a big thing in Bible too, right? If you don't know yourself, you're not going to be able to take the right decisions and the right steps.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, yeah, I know what you mean about not wanting to be in that toxic environment. It's just not good. You want to do something more meaningful, something impactful.
And not feel like you're some piece of paper that could be used and thrown anytime.
Right. Just a number. We can let you go at any time,
You
right?
know the feeling. You from pharma sales,
Yeah.
I'm from
We can
pharmacy,
place you in the
pharmacy dispensing. We are kind of we're the two big parts, like the two links of this whole big pharma system, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Here, there's a couple comments coming in right now. It says, oops, over here.
Toxic lifestyle will wreak havoc on entire. Oh yeah, that's what happened. My lifestyle was killing my gut, and people don't know that.
Yeah, the impact, your cortisol levels will be just like cortisol comes from the gut, right? So it's like damaging.
Cortisol, your serotonin, a lot of your other like dopamine. 95% of it is created in the gut. And also, the hydrochloric acid levels have to be regulated. Like when they go up and down, your entire digestion gets really disturbed. Now, people don't know that when we go through stress, our stomach is one of the first organs affected.
Mm,
That's why people say, "Oh, I felt so naughty in my gut. I could feel it in my gut." Like that's nothing but stress.
right? And on the good side, when you feel those butterflies, that's your gut talking to you too.
Right. I mean,
You
there is
gotta
of
listen to
course
your gut.
positive and negative to both, right?
Yeah.
So
So
I
like
felt
tell us.
that that was the whole entry point into full-time entrepreneurship because I couldn't go back. I was disabled. Literally, nobody would have hired me at that time, even if I went and like interviewed and I did good. I couldn't stand for more than an hour at a time.
Oh man.
That
That
debilitating.
is no way to live for sure. And you're so young.
And oh, by the way, if you want to collect unemployment, you can't say that you're disabled. Just so you know. So you have to keep applying for jobs in order to get the unemployment. So after 3 years of a toxic lifestyle, I couldn't, I wasn't given the right to even take a break when I was so
Dang.
sick.
No, no sympathy whatsoever. No caring.
It was only because of COVID that I kind of lucked out because they do a full interview process on giving you the unemployment. And I got it for 6 months only because of COVID. There was no interview done. Otherwise, a lot of people don't get unemployment.
Wow.
Very stressful. We really need to have a better system in our country.
Oh my gosh, right? It's broken. It's
That's
totally.
why I chose being an entrepreneur, not a total entrepreneur, because entrepreneurship is not easy. Being an entrepreneur where you leverage a company that is already giving you top quality products and systems, and then you learn all that and then become a awesome advisor, marketer, consultant on it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, so tell us how you help people now as a gut health expert, like.
How I help people is I have this whole methodology, a 90-day program, and the way it works is we figure out what is that individual's key issues, and then we decide the labs that we're going to do. And then depending on that, we create a clear roadmap. And then some of it is like just a little more general. Some of it is very customized to that person, because when the labs come out, we exactly know what's going on with that person. But then, like cleaning up your groceries, or reading the labels, or going through the detox programs, all of that is more of applicable to everybody on the same level. And then we kind of decide. But I've had such amazing success. Like, um, usually what happens is when I enroll a client, they basically bring in the whole family. And usually, if I have a lady who's my client, then their kids get involved, their spouse gets involved if the kids are older, right? One of my current patients is 65, and her kids and spouse, they're also, I'm coaching like 5 people at a time. That's amazing. For me, like I love it because I'm changing this entire family's outlook on how they look at food, the food chain system, the groceries, the labels, like so
That's amazing.
fulfilling.
Yeah.
So fulfilling. I love it. And then a lot of them will say I was such a blessing in their life because everything has changed for them.
Oh, I love that. I'll just
But
say,
it wasn't all easy, right? I had to work hard and not get disappointed when initially I wasn't getting the clients I was looking for. And you still have to keep marketing without getting disappointed every day, right? So let's get into some self care tips, right? How I
yes.
stay
Yeah, do tell
motivated.
us. So, I know there's lots of women entrepreneurs out there that are watching this, and like kind of like your day to day, like what you do to prevent burnout, to get good sleep, to just like be like mentally well so that you can take care of all these clients.
So here's one thing that I'll tell you is non negotiable, is your confidence in yourself and your gifts and your talents. So we're all gifted, and everybody has a different gift. So make sure you first recognize your gift, and then you understand how to rock it and have full faith in it. So I would say 15-20 minutes meditation every day is non negotiable, because when you do that exercise, you are reprogramming your subconscious. You're giving yourself the strength you need. It's like, the tip of the iceberg is what the life we live in the day to day, but like the
Everything
bulk,
underneath.
the 90% is the subconscious. So reprogramming the subconscious, and my formula to self confidence is basically what was laid out in Think and Grow Rich, is basically understanding what you can offer to the world, and then meditating on that 30 minutes, having auto suggestions, which is the affirmations that I am, how to, whatever is yours, like I am enough, I am talented. So those are a part of my 30-minute programming. And also refining your gifts, right? Like we're all talented, but then sometimes we're like, okay, can I really do this? Do I need more credentials? Do I need more training? And then kind of fine tuning all that, because sometimes we do need more training. And sometimes we just feel like we need training, but everything we need is within us. So knowing when to not feel like, because you can't keep running after credentials all the time. That's one thing. And then defining a path that you feel most aligned with. So, you know, like I have multiple projects, and that could also be overwhelming. But I did not leave one project halfway and then start doing something new. I'm making sure that I have blocked out time for that first project to bring it to the level that I am satisfied at, or it's already at a level where I'm satisfied, and then launching something new. So for me, the whole gut health practice and using the S3 scanner was something that I launched, and that's how I stuck to. And I still do that, and I still devote most of my time to that. And then, I launch a couple other things, but I am still making sure I'm always hitting my goals with the first project. So that's the way to do it, is kind of time blocking and making sure. So, like, my time for my patient consults is about 10 to 12 hours a week. Then my time for coaching other clinics and clinicians and the whole, launching functional medicine is about 15 to 20 hours, right? So I'm kind of really figuring out like how much time and energy I want to give to each project. So really kind of road mapping your whole year and your businesses, or if you have one, then like be stay focused like 4 or 5 hours a day on it. That's the thing with entrepreneurship, is if you stay focused and keep doing things consistently, results will come. But most people just don't have this one thing, which is called consistency.
Mm.
Would you agree? Like that's where the biggest failures come, because most people kind of start losing hope that this is not working for me. But it's like you go in the mine and you keep digging, and then dirt came out, dirt. You got so tired when the time was to get gold, you already gave up and left. Someone behind you who was looking at you kept digging right after you and got the gold, right?
Yeah, that's powerful. I've seen that cartoon before too, of
Most
that
people
guy
give up, or they went in looking for dirt. They never went in looking for
for
gold.
gold. Yeah, that's
How are they
true.
ever going to come out with gold? Like entrepreneurship is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will excel if you want to excel. If you will fail, if you want to fail, it's just amazing.
Oh
You
my,
can decide the outcome of it.
that is true. It all starts with our thoughts.
I mean, Krista, we both know that we both have struggled in the beginning, and some months were more struggle than others, but we didn't give up,
That's the key. Keep
right?
going.
That was the only key, that like the true key to success. So I would say whatever it takes to strengthen your faith, keep doing it. So for some people it's Lord, Jesus, going to church, whatever it is, wherever you find that strength, keep strengthening that muscle. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. It starts there with our faith, with our thoughts, our beliefs. Definitely. Um,
A lot of awesome meat and potatoes here, right?
lots to digest. She's so calm, right? She's got like a million things going on in the background, but doing meditation is a non-negotiable, you said. Understanding your gifts and how to use them. Um, your subconscious mind. I haven't. You mentioned that book, Think and Grow Rich. I haven't picked that one up for a while, so I think I'm feeling called to do that again. And
Yeah, I truly like my Bible for entrepreneurship. Like keep
Think and Grow Rich.
revisiting.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep revisiting, because it is so amazing to reprogram your subconscious. And sometimes you have to keep doing it over and over.
totally. Okay, cool. Well, you provided some really good tips for us. Where can people find you? I'm sure you're on all the platforms.
I am. But my platform of voice is LinkedIn. They can find me on LinkedIn. It's Dr. Mansi J. Shah. If you want to look it up with ease, the middle initial J helps. And it's MansiJShah. Super easy to find me. And we can leave a link once this is done on the live.
Okay, perfect. All
Awesome.
right. Thanks for hopping on with us, Dr. Monzi. And next week we'll be back, and I have Courtney, and
Woo.
part of the mental wellness movement. She used to be a physical therapist, so that'll be fun. And see you guys next week.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Namaste. And the divine in me honors the divine in you and make it a powerful month ahead.
Thank you.
Take care.